Hey, so I just wanted to say a few things before the video begins. I'll keep this as brief as possible, I promise. So first thing, I know this video is a bit long and probably outlasts the average zoomer's attention span. But seriously, please watch this until the end, the video becomes more and more insane as it goes. Second thing, a good chunk of this video's gameplay has me and my teammates talking in Polish. I know this isn't really ideal, but the gameplay we got was just so fucking good I couldn't just throw it away. Everything has in-video subtitles though, so it really shouldn't be a problem. Although, honestly, even if you're illiterate or just too lazy to read, you should easily understand this story. So yeah, apologies for that, I can't really do anything about it, but I think the gameplay makes up for it. Or maybe it's actually a good thing for you, maybe you like all the kurwas and srakas and jebakas getting thrown around, what the hell do I know? So yeah, the video is inspired by these sexy people, go check them out, and yeah, enjoy the show! About a month ago, me and my friends decided to attempt achieving world domination on an SilverBoi PvP server. No group was to be left unfucked with, no base to be left unraided, and of course, no meaningful amount of sleep to be had. Our numbers are great, and our ambitions even greater. With enough perseverance and sleep deprivation, we're sure of achieving our goals. Boasting an impressive 7-man Zerg, surely nobody would be able to stand in our way of decimating the entire server. We played on a semi-vanilla server, which admittedly had TPA and home, but with timers and cooldowns so long they didn't allow for easy use during PvP engagements. Aside from that, it was just your average normal mode server, without any further alterations. This video showcases our unscripted, 7-day-long struggle against the entire Russian Federation's population of retarded 10-year-olds. There will be conflict, there will be base raids, and there will be plenty of psychological warfare. Will we find anyone capable of staring away? Or will we achieve victory with our mischievous tomfoolery? Without rambling any further, I present to you... probably the worst fucking wipe in Unturned history.
Oh, hello, Silver.
Hello, chat. How are you? Oh, okay.
Let's go to town.
Actually, killing animals in town is the fastest way to get XP if you want to get full exercise. Due to various reasons, at first we were unable to play in our full squad. Nevertheless, we're still expecting a reasonably smooth start.
Holy shit, I'm stuck, oh no.
Uh-oh.
Someone's shooting. Not at me though. Also, this server is fucking full Russian. This server has no stagger, by the way. There's like fucking 5 people there or something. Okay, let's just fucking rush them. How about that?
Yeah.
There's a guy here. Stop this hill.
Oh, what the
fuck?
fuck?
The current clusterfuck aside, this turret base seemed like a pretty good future raid target, provided we could get a heli to get onto the roof. What I also think is kinda funny is that this base's owner was the only non-Russian person we've ever met on this server. I spawned behind their base.
I'm thinking inside of it, just a gun with 7 ammo.
They're playing some music. Oh shit! Your mother, your mother, your mother, your mother, your mother.
Them.
Okay, I think it's time to admit our plan of continuously suicide running into those guys and trying to steal their shit wasn't really working out. So while the majority of the server was still occupied by the clusterfuck New Junction, we decided to try our luck in the seemingly uncontested mall. Oh my god, I just killed someone with a gun!
I found another reflection. Also, someone's driving nearby.
Ah, they're on the highway. Who cares? Yeah, all of the gun stores are looted.
Let's check for the graphics cards.
When I punched anime waifu in the store, it spills blood.
Wait, why are you surprised? Is this the first time you've punched it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Troll device.
Guys, I have the graphics card.
Shut up, you're lying.
No, I'm not. Silver, come.
What the fuck? Yo! What the fuck? My brain aneurysm aside, this GPU was fucking huge. It could allow us to get to the safe zone and start fishing for rare materials insanely early. All we needed to do now was to get out safely. However, as our luck would have it, we had some unexpected visitors. Wait, there's someone here! There's someone here!
Where?
Is there?
Yeah. In the counselor. He's dead! He's fucking dead! He had full fake!
Ooh.
Full fake!
He got fake, yeah.
I was distraction.
Like this shit. Take his shit. Take his shit.
Got a Mosca.
Okay, you take.
There's another guy here, by the way. I'm shooting at him. He's dead. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I'm shooting at him. He's low, I think.
Jesus, the fucking recoil.
Is he dead? Is he dead?
No, I hit him in the head. He's camping the fucking stairway. If you rush at the same time, we can kill him. He's in there.
Oh, I can see him.
Yeah, he's behind the tent.
Yeah. See?
He's super fucking lit.
I killed
Nice,
him.
nice.
He has like more fucking thick stuff on him now.
What? On God?
On God. On G. On yeah.
Oh,
They're here, they're here, yeah.
It's the fucking Russian kids. I got one.
He's dead.
Got him. Okay, nice.
I'm spawning and trying to like fucking...
Oh, Jesus! I'm dead!
Ow. I'm to the. Ow.
Ah, shit.
Well, fuck. Of course, we tried getting our shit back, but by the time we made it back to Nork, all of it was already gone. Afterwards, we had a few skirmishes around Junction, but we didn't really get any insane shit from them. So, with 2 Ls in the bag and about an hour of our time wasted, we decided for the time being to just fuck off and focus on finding a place to build our base instead.
Okay, I have the fire truck. I'm gonna come over in a second.
Yeah,
Wait, David, do you have a weapon?
I have got an anti-next.
Okay, here's a skill arc with fucking 3 shots.
Use it wisely. Nie wypierdol na głupoty.
Oh, there's a big base here.
David!
David, do you see this?
The Watermile and army marching for the Waterland.
There's so many bases here and none of them are raided. Oh my fucking god, David, there's a fucking wooden door. David!
Stashu Gaming.
Okay, this area is very contested. Maybe let's not build a base here.
What is this? Why is there so much fucking base here?
It's like a fucking roleplay village. What? This RP village seemed like a pretty decent low-cost future raid target, but we also had to change our plans because of it. In the end, we went with this location on the edge of the map, not only because it was far away from any danger, but it also allowed us to do a very funky base design. One of our walls would be literally indestructible and made out of the very fabric of reality. Okay, let's get to building.
I will fart.
Good luck.
God damn.
God damn.
With our base finally down, we could now fuck around with PvP as much as we wanted without worrying about losing all of our progress. So, I've decided to go on a loot run, hoping to find some stuck children to kill. By then, we've been playing for well over 2 hours, and all of my teammates had decided to take a break, so I was going in solo. The server overall had a pretty low pop at the time though, so for the most part I just ran around looting the entire map without anything interesting happening. That was until I was on my way back to the base and decided to check out Nork one last time. Oh. Wait, what the fuck? He's dead. Oh. I would not repeat the same mistake as before, and knowing that after hearing this gunfight the entire server would come over to investigate, I dipped as soon as I could before that place turned into a clusterfuck yet again. What the fuck? Did he just fucking drive up in a tank? Oh, there's two of them. Okay. My inventory was already full of good shit, and multiple groups have already started fighting each other in the mall, so I decided not to risk it and made my swift escape. And after finally making it back to base, I have decided to log off. O, wysiadł. Kurwa mać!
Hey everybody, name this game.
Zajebaj mi. Dobra, bierz itemy. Gdzieś tutaj...
Dobra, gdzie? O kurwa! No nie ten, będzie chwilowo teraz.
Zabity.
Fire, jestem.
Za mną.
O, jedzie kurwa na mnie straight, no chcę nie pojechać.
Kurwa
A
mać.
jestem
Kurwa, czołg za mną jedzie.
blisko? Ono jest,
Tak,
dobra, widzę.
literalnie przejechał obok mnie.
Later.
No, later.
Later.
A jest to.
Idzie!
Drugi jest.
Zabi mnie? Ty tam wczoraj, muszę się zajebać. Ja pierdolę.
Spierma.
Tu pójdę do towna i
O,
będę
jest
kurwa zbierał rzeczy do
O.
bazy, jebany.
Próbują strzelać się.
No ja nazbierałem trochę.
Dobra, no.
Zajebałem jednego! Zajebałem jednego nożem!
Ja pierdolę.
Oni są tacy gówniani.
Na Boga?
Na Boga!
Na Jachwę?
Na Jachwę, kurwa, na Allaha!
No widziałem na tym, na Killfeedzie w ogóle. Astaghfirullah!
Calling this clusterfuck chaotic would be an understatement. Despite dying a lot and losing many PvP kits, we've managed to steal a ton of shit from that raid. And, probably more importantly, annoyed the shit out of a certain group we'd properly get introduced to the following day.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck?
What? Due to our previous night's tomfoolery, we got offline raided and slightly griefed, hence I spun away from the base and couldn't slash home. After getting back though, the damages turned out to be minimal, so with this being nothing more than just a minor setback, I quickly got to repair our base. After sealing the gaping hole in our base and adding another layer of honeycomb, me, Pumpkin and Sex have gone on a loot run, hoping for some PvP. I'd like to point out that, alike to the counter raid the previous day, we spoke Polish here, as all of us are inhabitants of our great European nation. And it was honestly just simply easier this way. But you know I love you, so I added subtitles. Mwah. Napierdalają się na construction site.
Mam 14 ammo w blasterze, zobacz. 17, zobaczę, może coś działo.
Ja mam tylko jeden pocisk.
No z jakiej dupy oni się biorą wszyscy?
Na lewo był tam jeden bardziej. A, jeden zabity?
Do mojego paka.
Bierzemy to gówno.
Tylko uważajcie, bo jest jeszcze jeden. Broń,
Tył.
jeśli sobie, tylko i nic.
Ja przodu. Kurna.
Muszę się wyleczyć.
A, zabity.
Ja
Dobra,
pierdolę, co ty odwalasz? Ej!
Ale
O kurwa! Co on z dead zone'a chyba wyszedł?
Hamujemy może, co?
Ja pierdolę.
Dobra, zasłoniłem was, więc coś zrobiłem.
Ja też chuja zrobiłem, ale lol.
No, tu jeszcze jest trochę gówna.
No nie, spierdalamy, spierdalamy. Ja
No
pierdolę.
zobacz, no mówię.
Dobra,
Czekaj, ktoś tutaj jest, ktoś tutaj jest.
napierdzielajcie.
Nie chodź lutować to i...
Ej!
No, ja biegnę,
Ej, oni maskę mi,
biegnę.
kurwa rebel! Ja pierdolę. Dobra,
Dobra.
spierdalamy, homujemy.
Blasterem.
Ja pierdolę. Nie no, dobra, jestem w bazie, tepajcie się do mnie. Dobra, zaakceptuję. Dobra.
No i...
No.
Nie,
O.
zabili mnie. Wspaniale.
Miałeś coś?
Tak, te magenta krystale.
A to wyjebane, mamy
Dobra.
większość ważnych rzeczy. Seksik, proszę powiedz mi, że nagrywałeś swoje POV, proszę mi powiedz.
A, nie.
Ja pierdolę. Chociaż nie no, jakby moja perspektywa to była taka, że ja po prostu wybiegałem skądś i kurwa jak wybiegłem to już wszystkich rozjebałeś. Call me a scrubber or freeloader all you want, but you cannot deny how fucking hard sex dicked on those children. It was incredibly lucky to run into those guys just as they were exiting the dead zone. We got a ton of shit from them, most notably a gas mask and a rebel. We had a fair bit of Hycal laying around already, so we used it to destroy the grief remaining in our base. After fixing the grief and expanding our storage a bit, we decided that it was finally time to hit up the safe zone. However, while crafting the scripture, we had a few complications. First, it turned out that we were missing a few green crystals to craft it, so we dragged our fat asses back to Nocte to mine some. So, after getting them, I think to myself, yes, mission accomplished, and home back to base. But then, my stupid ass realized that I also needed crafting 3 to craft the fucking scripture, so we ran all the fucking way to town to kill animals for XP to craft that fucking piece of shit. Okay, I think all of the wrinkles on my brain had disappeared after this incident, but we finally had the scripture. So, after a short run to the gas station teleporter, the time had finally come to fish.
Wyłowiłem sunfisha. No, airdrop. Coś idealnie leci. Zobacz.
O kurwa.
Na RMP.
Drugi idzie. Ja pierdolę. Idzie, to samo miejsce,
Kurde. Nie, to jest plecy gdzieś.
After about 1.5 hours of exhilarating hardcore fishing gameplay, I finally grinded enough money to buy the MK Gerudo. By then, I certainly felt quite bored though, so to spice things up, we had decided to try gunning down some children.
Widzę gościa w fiku przed nami.
Na dachu? A, tutaj.
Nie. No
Widzę. Oni są steamowani, jest ich 3.
Gdyby się jednego odjebał i mógł z niego podnieść.
Siedzi skurwiel na dachu. Kurwa, jakbym miał rebela, to bym mu tak ujebał. Jeden tam jest na dole.
O, jeden idzie od drogi tutaj. Można go jakoś się skampić?
No właśnie to robię. Chyba wejdzie od tej wydwy w ścianie.
No, to się słabo jak.
Ta,
Jest tu.
Rozjebane, bierz itemy.
Plecak jego, moskę, kurwa, manipulator i staw. Wypierdam tam, bo wypierdam.
2 razy raid dostał. Ile rzeczy zabrałeś?
Okej. Dobra, można spierdalać.
Dobra, dawaj, dajmy.
Dobra, ja pójdę tam.
Kurwa, tutaj ktoś jest!
O! Ktoś na mnie wali? Dobra, mam pierdol, chuj.
O kurwa, on tutaj sępy ma.
A dubious little creature getting up to mischief. This is no good. Oh, the beast is demonic in nature. Very icky, no good.
Oh my dear fucking god, it's those guys. Toppy and his crew, dubbed by us the anime PFPs, you can guess why, were our greatest adversaries this entire wipe. They were a 4-man team, consisting of Ananas, Moiten, or Smirtniks on his other character, Srunogoi, and of course, Topic. They were the ones who we've counter-raided the previous day, and who we suspected had raided us during the night. Moreover, the Polish DOS Junction tower base had been raided during the night as well, so this crystal shitshack became our new primary target. We had confirmation that it was theirs, due to the chat message saying that the turret in front of the base was owned by Topic. It did seem a bit weird for the top dogs of the server to live in a 1x2 base though, so we assumed that it was just their PvP outpost. However, despite its small size, there was no way in hell we could break into their base with our current raiding equipment, and we were too tired to try annoying them by repeatedly killing them. So, for the time being, we returned to the base and waited for nighttime to strike.
Holy crap, die already! I need mesh to progress! Why didn't you drop it? This game is so stupid! Why is this taking so long? Holy crap, stop shooting at me! Ugh, how am I supposed to play this game? This is so dumb!
Don't care, still don't care.
Or at least I hope it would have gone this way. If you watched my tribute video, you might remember how I got the radio for my first scripture from the dead zone by just running into it and spamming dressings. However, while this strategy does work well for grabbing 1 or 2 items, to actually loot the entire place you need an unholy amount of healing items. So instead of coming out stacked with raiding equipment, I have barely managed to get out with some weapon case guns. And while yeah, all it cost me was a bit of cloth and having another rebel was nice, it wasn't nearly enough to even put a dent into their crystal base. It was already pretty late and my bed did seem increasingly comfortable, so instead of trying again with a gas mask, I decided to call it a day. Metalowe pięterko.
Silver, pomożesz mi budować?
Mogę. We started the third day off by expanding our base a bit. By then we've already progressed far enough where we could easily afford to build all of our future floors out of metal. So, after getting a bunch of wood for pillars, we went on a mining run. Everything was going very well, until we set foot in the metal-rich junction and ran into some familiar faces.
Ty kurwa, coś tu jedzie.
Nie, to seksik.
Rozdupcamy to?
No, nie wiem, może też... Masz jak to obrócić?
Dobra, może się zresztą jakaś fura.
A na unlocka były, więc...
No.
Kopiesz ten...
Ej, ziomek tu jest!
Dobra, lecę.
No zabił mnie, to jest ten topik.
It was those fucks again. We've made the mistake of stepping into their turf and we're now in a pretty fucky situation. I'll give them credit where credit is due. They might be weeb degenerates, but they weren't your ordinary Russian children. Not only did they have the advantage of living literally 50 meters away, but were, especially Topic, actually really fucking good at the game. Our best gear sets and a shit ton of metal were on the line, so we had to play this well and get out as quickly as possible.
No pandika chyba, albo mi się wydaje.
Tak.
No jest na schodach dalej. Wchodzi po wieży, jednak nie.
No, muszę się wycofać?
I na drugiej stronie.
Nie wiem.
Kurwa mać.
Padł?
Nie. Dalej jest za coverem, schowam się, tepajcie się do mnie.
Jakoś?
On stepuje albo tego, kolegę tepnie.
Wiecie, wysyłaj z powrotem. Dostał lekko.
Dobra.
Masz tu magazynek do połga swojego. I raszujemy jedno.
Dobra, poczekaj sekundę na mnie może.
No za późno.
Dostał coś przynajmniej?
Czekaj, Wiciu,
No,
czekaj.
widzę.
Okej.
Na stronę.
Czekaj, padł?
Dojebany. Tepaj się, seksik, tepaj się.
A 38. A, ja jestem blisko i tak.
Dobra.
Healuj mnie. Ja nie mam tych... Ma ktoś magazynki do tego, do pałga? Bo mam tylko jeden.
Mam jeden.
Tak samo mam.
No ja mam... no mogę tutaj
O, jest łap.
Jest ich dwóch.
Jednak nie? Obity mocno, dostał łeb jeden.
Kurwa, Meguś się zrespił.
Zbiegam. Jeden zechł. Za drzewami dostał.
Za tobą jest.
Kurwa, jest w moim sypie. Nie, jest za pudełkiem. Przy nodze wieży.
A, zabity.
O, zrespię się obok.
Jeszcze co wasze, więc...
Ej, halo, kto mi zajebał ubrania? Ej, daj
Możemy
ktoś...
mega robić.
Ej, za tą biciu. Za dżem jest, za dżem.
Padł. To możemy Megasa chyba z karabinków normalnie na dupcy, nie ma co się chyba z nim bawić.
Kurwa!
Zabity.
Objechany? Dobra.
Jest znowu chłop.
Gdzie?
Nejda rzucił.
Ała!
Bierz swoje rzeczy i spierdalaj, myślę, że nie ma sensu.
Idzie!
Jest hop?
Zajebany?
A się tepie na home.
Dobra, ja też. Okay. So, in theory we've won that encounter. Well, we killed the weebs, got our shit back and escaped. However, as you probably noticed from the gameplay, we're playing like a bunch of retards. Running out in the open, not playing in a team properly, we almost got fucking followed by 2 people. While we had better gear and 1 more person. This mainly originated from the fatigue of constantly playing during an admittedly pretty shitty wipe. It was overall going way below our expectations, and situations such as this didn't really help all that much. It was pretty embarrassing, and I apologize if you sustained brain damage from watching this gameplay, but don't you worry, this is only the beginning! However, since we did technically come out on top, we weren't really bothered by this at the time, and there was more grinding to do. Throughout the next 1.5 hours or so, we focused on more menial and grindy tasks. Like you know, we do a little looting, we do a little questing, we do a little fishing. After a fair amount of time, we're on our second round of looting, when suddenly, something caught my interest. I can see like 3 bases next to each other, next to the highway, they are unraided. Wait, there's shit in one base. We could build up to it. We have a few rebels in the base. Try to take like around 100 rounds. Okay, TP to me.
Like around 150 rounds or something.
Okay, give me the rebel. Oh, there we go. Oh boy!
Guy.
Where?
In a purple
Where
robe.
is he?
Oh, I see,
Oh
I see.
yeah.
I'm gonna turn, I'm gonna like disable the radio,
Oh, yeah, we got the attention of the whole server.
by the way. Just jump out. Oh, those are these retards here.
What I expected to be a quick and easy operation turned into a major clusterfuck, and the entire server came over. Because of this, we had to deal with a ton of counter raiders, diverting our attention from raiding itself. The reason I decided to go for this base in the first place was due to its small size. I expected just a bunch of wooden crates, and mostly just wanted to get rid of the competition. Sure, all of those lockers were a nice surprise, but we didn't have the ammo to get through them all, and we now had to deal with the counter raiders. However, since we did get in through the roof, it was more difficult for the counters to get in, so if we play this well, we should be good.
I'm dead.
He's shooting. Oh, actually, yeah. TP to silver. Oh, he's coming! Please kill him.
Got him?
Okay, I'm dead. Be careful, there's more people coming. Someone needs to... Kurwa, ktoś musi pójść na zewnątrz i salvage'ować te schody, które ustawiłeś.
Zajebany? Okay, salvaging.
Salvage this shit, yeah. I'm gonna stay inside the base.
Okay, Viciu, you go up and look out for other people, I'm gonna keep raiding.
Padłem. Jest na zewnątrz.
Yeah, outside.
I don't see him, I'm gonna like...
What the fuck, he just salvaged! How am I alive? He salvaged, it's his base!
Oh my fucking god, I'm dead, probably. No? He's shooting.
Fuck, I'm dead!
Ah.
Shit.
It's their base! They salvaged it!
Yeah, so at least we have a good raiding target for the future.
Copium. Talk about being unlucky. Had I not run out of ammo in my pandiculator and the owners would not have been online, there was a good chance we'd come out on top. But now, however, it was all over. Of course we tried running back, but in the end we lost our gear sets, our rebel, and basically all of the high cal we've had. And while what David was saying was hardcore copium, he did have a good point. Inside of those lockers there must have been some good stuff, and this being just a wooden 1x2, it made it extremely low cost, provided we could get a C4 for lockers. However, as I've just said, we lost all of our high cal, and I partially felt responsible for that. So, a few hours later, I went into the dead zone, with a gas mask, and for real this time. While the loot was pretty good in comparison to the rest of the stuff we had, I have not found any raiding gear in the dead zone. Thankfully, we did have a few GPUs and radios laying around, so we decided to try our luck with horde beacons. We didn't have any turrets yet, and wanted to save some local for PvP, so I came up with the idea of using grenades to kill zombies instead. We had plenty of them laying around, and not really any other use for them, so we have decided to go with it. Dobra, to zaczynamy?
Tak, tutaj możesz dać.
Nie
No,
da się
a
postawić.
jak nie możesz, to no to twój dostawię gdzieś z boku.
A, tutaj spoko.
Dobra,
Strzałek z Peterem.
przylecę. No,
Kurwa, na 3 hity schodzą.
mam 4 na razie. Spróbuję znowu zebrać i wejść na górę.
Już.
Dobra, dobra.
Dobra.
Nie da się pierdolnąć tylko. Okej.
O, ale jedno.
O, efektywnie, dobra, zostało tam jeszcze trochę, czekaj. Jebo drugi raz. Ile ich tam zdycha?
Dużo.
Stawię sobie jeden granat na chuj.
O kurwa!
Dobra, nie, to nie było zamierzone. Jak wyjebię najpierw wszystkie kwasy, zobaczę czy się już nie spełnią i wtedy cię wdepnę z powrotem. Dobra, dawaj. Kurwa, nie lecę tutaj do ciebie, bo to... Ej, uważaj, uważaj, uważaj!
O kurwa! Jest, leżę. No, mówiłem ci, Pandiculator bez
Dobra,
pyta.
to jest małe.
Jezu, ile ich tutaj jest.
Gdzieś sobie kostek odwróć.
Jeszcze coś siedzi.
Coś gdzieś siedzi, no. O, tam są, tam jest tam ta grupa zbagowana.
O,
One jakieś
Znaczy-
jakoś się też, one właśnie się świeciły jakoś na czerwono czy coś. Teraz stoją w miejscu, nie wiem o co.
masz jeszcze jakiś granat?
Mam.
Dobra, dawaj ich.
O kurwa, uważaj. Zjebałem. A nieważne, jeden został.
Tylko.
Dobra. Mam tą misję zrobioną.
Mamy drilla, 100 highcala.
Military vest i pandiculator. Ile tego ammo było? Ta.
Nie, jeszcze widzę circuit boarda. Czy serio nie mamy gunpowdera?
No zero, kurwa.
Co? Nie, czekaj, dropnij mi
No,
wszystko.
no. Literalnie, kurwa, podniosłem to i to stamtąd.
Pierdolisz.
Coś się zjebało, literalnie, no.
This 100 high cal might look decent at first, but keep in mind that our new primary target relied on a C4, which requires gunpowder to craft. Even then, for a 2-person horde, the loot was overall way below average. Later on, we did another horde, and Vichu asked one of his friends to join just so we could get even more shit, and this time... Well, I honestly think our reactions speak for themselves.
No kurwa, coś nie widzę tego gunpowdera.
Na górze.
Nie pierdol, że nie ma. Jest?
Gówno.
Nie ma,
absolutne
kurwa,
gówno.
nie ma ani
Nawet
jednego.
Hajkalan! Nawet Hajkala, kurwa.
Kurwa, nie ma? O Jezu.
Ja
kurwa.
pierdolę. No, I mean, przynajmniej kolejny drill, wow. Yeah, we got absolutely nothing. To add insult to injury, after I logged off, Vichu kept playing for a bit and found 200 high-cal in an airdrop. I mean, it's nice, but like, fucking... Ugh. Hey, can you guess why I call this day the pain begin?
Mamy kilka sztuk Sentry Engine i Sentry Barrel, ale nie mamy kurwa Sentry Receiverów oczywiście. Plus trochę metalu też w tym czasie pozbierałem, to mamy trochę metalu w bazie. No i ja bym poszedł i się ponapierdalał też o tej 21, jak będzie drop.
By the time I logged on, Vichu had already been playing for a few hours and had done some grinding. The airdrops on the server always happen every 3 alive hours on set times, and one was just a few minutes away. So we didn't waste any time and instantly went to the city to be ready to claim it for ourselves. Tak w ogóle po... O, leci.
Wygląda jakby tu, a nie, hospital może albo park? Zombie z jakimś tutaj lata. Na dole jest chyba.
Zajebany. Getting that mesh was a nice way to start the day, and we had reached a point where we could start thinking about raiding other bases. And while what we had at that time wasn't enough for either Topic's Crystal Base or failed yesterday's raid, we found a stacked wooden base we could easily snowball from there. So, we started looking for potential targets. Dupa.
Grupa.
To nie, to jest chuj stas, to chyba jest zrajdowany. Nikt normalny raczej by nie zostawiał pod tego okna.
Kurwa, dziwna sytuacja, szczerze mówiąc ci powiem.
We spent a fair amount of time running around the entire map, surprisingly not finding many untouched bases. We still kept the roleplay village run into on day one in mind, but while we were on our way back to our base, we had an interesting encounter.
O, tu jest jakaś mała baza metalowa, częściowo drewniana i ma dużo pojazdów przy sobie. To wygląda mi na jakiś aktywny ten.
No, jak ma czekaj, czy ambulans da się zablokować?
Ambulans się da. Tego traka się nie da, ten trak jest... Aha, no dobra.
Te zjeby... nie zablokowany, kurwa.
Gość jest w środku.
A?
No.
Life raid?
Udaj, że odjeżdżasz czy coś. Ja go zdorkampuję.
Otworzył, wychodzi.
Widzę. A, otwarte drzwi ma! Kurwa!
Nie gadaj, że on nie ma bloka. Ja pierdolę!
Na łóżek. Koniec, kurwa.
O kurwa!
Dobra.
Ja pierdolę! Insane! Mesh, kurwa, mesh!
Payday muzyka, dawaj.
Dobra, nie, wiesz co, najpierw musimy zasajnować to. Zasajnować drzwi, jakieś kurwa, cokolwiek. Dobra. Wygląda to chujowo, ale nikt nie powinien przejść. No, dobra, jest bezpiecznie, nikt nie przejdzie.
Pyk, drapię ci rzeczy.
Dobra, w końcu nam się coś udało.
Zobaczymy, co tam będzie w środku. O, fajnie. O, nieźle.
O, pykło. I Google. 2 granaty! I Moska, o. I'll be the first one to admit that the loot wasn't the most insane shit ever, but with it being basically free, we're not in a position to complain. We did get yet another piece of mesh and a few materials for the ever important components, but aside from that, it was pretty average. However, what's probably more important than any of the loot we found inside was the morale boost from pulling off a live raid like this. After constantly getting our ass whooped the entire wipe, we finally felt like the luck was on our side. You might have noticed, and perhaps have already even written an angry comment about it, but the 7-man Zerg I promised in the intro wasn't really happening. Have I perhaps lied? Have I spread misinformation on the internet just to keep you watching? Not really. The thing with our team was that there wasn't a single time all of us had been online at once, but our main advantage came from different people playing at different times, therefore making us have an almost constant presence on the server. However, that only really held up for the first 2 days. After constantly fucking up and not making much meaningful progress, some people from our group have lost interest in playing completely. By day 4, it was only me and Vichu left, with David and Sex popping in every now and then. I mean, I can't really blame them, being the biggest group on the server and doing the first successful raid after 4 days of playing time is fucking lame. We can blame our shitty luck all we want, but at the end of the day, whether we like to admit it or not, this wipe was a fucking travesty. However, after having incredible luck this day so far, we felt like we had the chance to turn things around and perhaps even get the rest of our team to play again. And we were reassured in this belief after me reawakening my inner monkey and doing this. To jest jakaś kurwa bambikowa baza, spróbuję skoczyć na drzewo i zobaczyć co tam się odkurwa. Wpierdoliłem się właśnie do czyjejś bazy za darmo.
Aha, jak?
Jakby... Sentinel Receiver! The last fucking devastator piece we needed. In a fucking random ass unfinished wooden shit shack. If you do not understand the gravity of the situation, let me explain. Sentries on Elvor have infinite ammo and deal insane damage, making them absolutely busted for automating horde beacons. We could literally AFK and the loot would just generate itself. Seeing the opportunity, we instantly went to the Ghost Valley to get materials for more raiding to keep the good streak going. While the first core was utterly useless, both the second and the third one gave us the precious gunpowder we needed for the base from yesterday. We're out of components to craft the C4 though, so we've decided to kill 2 retards with 1 stone, and get some by raiding the roleplay village.
Yo, what is up guys, it's P9, back at it again.
For RP bases, the loot was alright, but surprisingly none of the base had any components, so we just said fuck it and raid the yesterday's base with Haikal instead.
There he is! There's my favorite white boy!
O? Gówno?
Może inne lokery zaatakuję. Serio, kurwa.
Żyg.
Fertilizer, pożygam się, kurwa.
Ja pierdolę.
Dobra, tutaj były rzeczy, to może tu będzie coś. Tam jeszcze są crate.
This truly was one of the raids of all time. It seemed like this accursed server had just baited us into this situation, with a promise of turning our wipe around just to fuck us over yet again. Everything good that happened to us that day was invalidated at that very moment. All those lucky finds, all those raids, irrelevant. All that mattered was that we went through the trouble of first failing the raid, and then coming back and getting fuck all from it. Almost everything good we found that day was spent on this very base. And after all this, all we were left with was just a bunch of fucking fertilizer. Well, actually, after the travesty that was the previous day's raid, none of us were motivated enough to play. All that really happened was just Vichu adding another floor to our base. So... None of us wanted to play at that point, but I had a video to finish, so I reluctantly logged on. Our base had mysteriously gone untouched since day 2, and honestly, in a way, I wanted us to get raided, just so you didn't have to play anymore. I guess the server's curse was so elaborate that it made our lives as miserable as possible without making us give up and leave for good. There was basically no one left, just me, Vichu, who for some reason still had some motivation to play, and, of course, those sweep fucks. Speaking of which, hey, can I have this airdrop?
Da mi coś jest, uważaj.
Zajebane?
Okej, jeden padł. Jeden sweep. O! Walimy. Leci do ciebie od prawej, uważaj. Uważaj. Leci gość.
Ile ich tam kurwa jest?
Zanozowałem gości z tym goldami. No spoko.
Jak on kurwa to przeżył?!
W środku w tym sklepie militarnym wygląda jakoś...
No!
O, ktoś się schodzi, no.
Trafiłem go cały zad od razu.
O, odpierdolę mnie. Kurwa, już prawie.
O, zajebałem go! Zajebany.
Jest, dobra. Dostanie
Zajebałem go. Nie mam, jest ich dwóch. Ile ich tu kurwa jest?
20, kurwa. Kwadrat.
No tu baran. Jak to kurwa? Okay, that didn't go too well. Now, admittedly, while our tactics and melee aim were questionable at best, we still felt a bit shit about not getting anything out of this clusterfuck. The only real winners of the situation were the anime PFPs, as they had managed to get the airdrop loot and for the most part shit on everyone else. It was yet another bitter loss for us, not even because of the lost loot as we kept running in naked, but for the sole fact of our main adversaries digging on us yet again. We obviously wanted to get some sort of revenge, but we didn't really have a way to do it. We were short on raiding gear, so blowing up their shack was out of the question, and our morale was too low to even have a chance at killing them in a 2v4. In an attempt to at least slightly redeem our situation, I went to the dead zone, which had turned out to have been already looted, making us waste our last filter. At that point, I was fucking positive that the server was cursed in some way or some shit. No matter how hard we tried, we'd either get stormed by Russian kids or just get unlucky. So, defeated and unmotivated, I have decided to log off for the day. Holy shit, Mali school fucking sucks. Our favorite Japanese culture enthusiasts have decided to raid yet another base near us, so I hopped on as soon as possible. At first we tried normally countering them, but we just ended up dying and donating a few PvP guns. At that point, having sustained so many losses, we had gone a bit unhinged, and have decided to tap into some more unconventional strategies.
Dobra, przynieś granat po prostu mi jeden.
Okej.
Weź weź po jednym granacie dla nas i zrobić po prostu trolling. W sensie będziemy tam stali, jak usłyszymy, że napierdalają z tego czołgu, to rzucą ten granat po prostu. Podejdź bliżej najpierw i tak gdzieś w 1/3 drogi zacznij rzucać, rzuć tak gdzieś za ten czołg. Chyba stracił. Dawaj.
Zajebałem jednego!
Wyjebałeś?
Zajebałem jednego!
Ja pierdolę. Just fucking... Okay, let's go.
CS. Don't care. I just killed one!
Is that what you all have been doing this whole fucking time?
Ty kurwa, gdyby postawić nasze centry, gdyby postawić, weź jeszcze blowtorcha do tego, do Volta.
Mają cię w dupie. Dobra, leć.
O, kurwa, nie mogę.
Okay, ale co? O kurwa.
Masz broń?
Nie.
Kurwa, dobra. To już się... Spróbuj jakoś rozjebać. O kurwa, chowaj się, gość tu idzie, chowaj się. Masz tego hitline'a?
Tak, golej hitline'a się!
Ten czołg jest not locked.
Co?
Tak! No.
Spierdalamy.
Posłuchaj mnie chwilę. No. Mamy gunpowder na bazie i mamy radia na bazie.
Nie. Rozpierdolmy im tą ich chujową baskę, co?
No tak! Przy okazji rozpierdolimy ich. Dobra, teraz się kurwa zdziwię, jak tam wrócimy tym czołgiem. %.
Co?
Spierdolimy na 2%, mamy 2% kurwa health'a na czołgu, rozumiesz to? Ale że oni kurwa tyle hajkala w ogóle wypierdalają na napierdalanie w nas, to jest najlepsze.
Mam sobie... In theory, the mission ended in failure, as both of us had died and the anime PFPs had broken through into the base. To us, however, it was the most fun we've had in this cursed hellhole of a server this entire wipe. Never mind the reckless behavior, constant dying and wasting of precious items. The stupidity of this entire situation made it all worth it. Moreover, with the raid being so close to our own base, we're basically positive we'd also get raided during the night, so we just threw most of our shit away just to annoy the weeps. At that point we had genuinely stopped caring. And, no longer tryharding, we instantly start having fun again. With our morale sky high, we're willing to play again. So, after logging in the next day and surprisingly seeing our base completely untouched, I've devised a plan for a final fuck you to the weeps and this server. Basically, we wanted to raid Topic and every other fucking base on the server in one single go. We do it during the night to avoid any possible counters and declare victory. Granted, it would be a hollow one, but we just wanted to have an excuse to leave this accursed place once and for all. For raiding every single base on the server though, we'd need a ton of raiding gear, and with us committing Borderlands sabotage during the counter raid, we are fucking broke. Getting what we needed would take an unholy amount of grinding. However, we were willing to put forth the effort.
Oh, we got the paintings too. We got the paintings too. Let's go. Let's go.
Is this for fucking real, actually?
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh my god. Ain't no way. Ain't
I'll finish
no
this
way,
off.
bro. Ain't no way. But
maybe
ain't
these
no way.
ones
But
have actually
No, it's fucking empty.
I mean, at least we're like sure it's fucking empty now. Also, it will probably decay.
at least we know it's empty now, bro. Biggest scope of 2022, bro. On job.
Shut up! Shut up! Oh!
Oh, there's stuff here.
Okay.
I refunded.
No, I don't know anything about this game. I only like saw it, and I think it's shit because of what I
It's so bad, bro. It's all local ammo,
Oh my
bro.
fucking
Oh
fucking God.
my god. I'm gonna take
Man's
these.
putting a fucking 8 times magnifier on a fucking palace. Actually, we should probably try and destroy this shit here too.
No, it's only vehicles. It's only vehicles. You can see a vehicle through here. Is this what can be considered getting trolled? With 4 useless raids and only 1 giving us any somewhat reasonable loot, our mission wasn't looking very good. There also weren't really any other bases to raid on the server at all. Despite it being extremely active PvP-wise, almost all bases we ran into were nothing more than just raided shells. Was this really how our wipe was supposed to end? No, we are too deep into this to give up now. There still was that giant crystal bunker base to raid, and it was way too well fortified to have just been sealed after a raid. It must have been stacked with good shit. For all we knew, it might have actually been Topic's main base with all of his stuff inside. Getting through all of those crystal doors would be painful, but we weren't going to log off until we reached the core of that base. And despite being out of raiding gear by then, a nice surprise was awaiting us to lift our spirits up.
Tu jest tylko kurwa generator straight up.
Ja pierdolę.
Zapierdolę się chyba. Chyba się zakurwie.
Czemu w tej bazie w ogóle nie ma lokerów? Jak tutaj...
Tu nic nie było literalnie. Jakby tu nie było lokerów, tam nie było lokerów, tam nie było
Ale z
lokerów.
drugiej strony tutaj są te krejty, kurde, z ubraniami. Na cholerę to jest.
Ja nie wiem o co tutaj kurwa chodzi, jakby...
Ruska
nie jestem
baza.
w stanie... Ruska baza literalnie.
Despite all the sentries and crystallized doors, the base was more or less completely empty. There were some minor stashes scattered around near the base, but all they had was PvP equipment. After that, our wipe was as good as over. There was nothing more to do. Technically speaking, we've destroyed all of our enemies' bases and we're the only group left standing. However, there was no satisfying loot flying everywhere, only mysteriously empty lockers and never-ending pain. As I'm recording this, exactly 3 months later, I still have no idea how or where everyone had their stuff from. Like, the day prior, during our schizophrenic counter raid, anime PFPs shot like 20 shells into that bunker base. Where the fuck did they store all of their stuff? Were they just hoarding everything on alt characters? Was it admin abuse? I've got no idea. All I know is that this server was cursed in every fucking way possible. Now, while for the sake of this video I'm pretending like we stopped our wipe at that and never logged on from that point onwards, we did actually play a bit the next day. Funnily enough, I was literally writing the script for the intro, when suddenly Vichu told us that he had granted materials to raid all of the little shit shacks we'd missed. Now, I don't actually have any footage left from that, as in a rash decision I've deleted all of it, but it honestly wouldn't even be worth looking at. It was just more of the same thing. Empty bases with no loot inside. While day 7 was in a twisted way actually pretty funny and in my opinion was a fitting conclusion to the wipe, day 8 was just boring and unnecessary. Let's just pretend it never happened. However, let's take a look back at the entire wipe. All the shit we've done and all the shit that happened to us. Despite it not being ideal, does it at least make for a memorable experience? Or looking at it from a content creation perspective, does it set the video apart from all the thousands of other base raid videos out there? A wipe so bad that it became good? Despite it sometimes being painful to play, we still had our fair share of laughs and Family Guy funny moments, and in the end, wasn't it the whole point of this in the first place? Considering all of this, was this wipe really all that bad? Yes, it fucking was. And I wouldn't wish experiencing something like this upon my worst enemy. It was fucking horrible. Fuck this accursed server and fuck those whips. I fucking hate anime.
się nie dożyjecie poranku. Obedrawskiej wojny gangów, drive-by shooting, podjebanym kinem. Strzelam do twych suki, święto walentynek. Seks pedałami, pchanie, obciąganie, dotykanie się chujami. Są do mnie oddani, poprzez skurwysynu bliskość. Pałac przełapałem, można rozpalić ognisko. Pierdolona dziko, kucior penis in the air. Każdy kto nie jest pedałem, ten pierdolony fan. Szergo lecę laskę, nie bądź pierdolona ciota. Tuma i szacunek, u nas cenniejsze od złota.
Jakie to są rude geje, nie?